Hello, I'm Christine Franklyn, an integrative nutrition health coach and wellness marketer who helps healers and heart-centered entrepreneurs find easier, stress-free ways to market their businesses.
And my name is Silvana Siskov. I'm a health coach, nutritionist, and I wrote lots of books focusing on health, weight loss, and nutrition. And I help people to lose weight and improve their relationship with food. And today we are going to talk about 5 ways to improve well-being.
Brilliant topic, so important, because without our good health and well-being, basically we have nothing, right?
Yeah,
Money can't buy
exactly.
health, and if our well-being isn't set up in a way that fulfills us, then we're not living life to the fullest. So this is really important.
Very important. So what is your first first tip to to say to our listener what they should be focusing on in order to improve well-being?
First of all, it starts with becoming self-aware. So in order to do what serves you, you have to know what serves you. And you also have to know what doesn't serve you. So we go through life being busy these days with all sorts of things. We have work, we have social media, we have news, and there's a lot of distraction that takes us outside of ourselves. But if we tune into ourselves and start to feel what's really working for us and what isn't, then that's the starting point to improving your well-being, because you'll start to eliminate the things that aren't working well for you, and you'll do more of the things that improve your well-being. So naturally, everything will flow from there. So for me, that's the first step that I always recommend.
To me, would be to improve well-being would be walking in the nature. Walking,
Definitely.
by the water, in the mountains, in the forest, just a walking in the nature.
hmm
Yeah, that helps
Definitely.
me definitely.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
that would
And
be
we're
number
a
2
part,
for me.
yeah, and we're a part of nature. So that's a
Mm,
given, that we
yeah,
definitely are
and it's
better
free.
off. Yes.
And it's free, totally
Yes.
free. And all these things we are discussing, yeah, all these 5 ways to improve well-being, I'm sure that all of them are going to be free. So I still don't know what you're going to say, but I'm sure that all of them are free.
Yes. The next one I'm going to say is free as well.
What is that?
So mindfulness and meditation.
Hmm.
And for some people, they may hear the word meditation and think, oh, that's not for me. I can't clear my mind of everything. But it's not about clearing your mind of everything. It's about getting centered and just taking a moment to not run after every thought that comes into your mind, but sending that away and just see what naturally flows in, rather than the usual go, go, go kind of mind cycle that we go through. So that's really all meditation is, and there are different forms of doing
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
And so you can sit and be quiet and do that for free, for sure. And that alone will calm you and make you feel more centered. But at the very least, even if meditation isn't your thing, mindfulness is something I recommend, which you can do while you're doing things. So if you're more of an active person and you think, oh, I'm always doing things throughout the day, that's fine. It's just a matter of being present to the things that you're doing and being present to what's happening around you. So very often we're doing one thing and our mind is elsewhere. And sometimes we can't even remember what we did because we're not focusing on it. So it's about taking the time to be present so that you then, it goes along with self-awareness, so that you then are always aware of how things that are happening are affecting you and how you feel at every given moment of the day. So simply take some time to be present.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yes, mindfulness is very important. So that's number 3. And number 4, I would say something that's important for our well-being would be um, being surrounded by the right kind of people.
Very good one.
Yeah, yeah. Because I'm sure we all have toxic relationships.
Mhm.
And it's important to understand for our well-being, what kind of people help us, what kind of people don't help us, what type of people push us forward, what type of people pull us backwards. And yeah, being surrounded by the right kind of people is extremely, extremely important.
It is, definitely. It's
Yeah.
so amazing that you said that, because that leads right into what I'm going to say next. So
What is
that is
that?
setting boundaries.
Yes. Yes.
I'm a
Yeah.
big believer in setting
Yes.
boundaries. So important
Yes.
for protecting your well-being and boosting it.
Yes.
So that goes hand in hand with those toxic relationships that you were talking
Yes.
about, Silvana.
Yes.
When you notice that there are people who are placing demands on you, or there are situations that just don't feel right, think of what the boundary is that you can set and make
Mm-hmm.
that your standard non-negotiable, so that you don't even have to think about it anymore. A simple example is, I remember hearing someone say that she doesn't lend people money because she doesn't want to have to follow up with, are you going to pay me back? Oh, this
Mm-hmm.
person still
Mm-hmm.
owes me. So that's the boundary that she has set. I've set a boundary where if someone asks me to borrow money, I'll consider whether that's the amount that I'm comfortable not getting back, and I'll just give it,
Yes.
because I don't want to have to think about
Yes.
anybody
Yeah.
paying me back. So, we all have our own systems that feel right for us, but it's so important to set our own boundaries that we know will protect our well-being.
Yeah. And when it comes to boundaries, it's important to learn to say no.
Yes,
Yes. Yeah, it's
definitely.
important to learn to say no, because often people feel uncomfortable to say no. So they
Yes.
say yes to everything.
Mhm.
But
And then
we
end
really,
up
yeah,
miserable.
yeah, exactly. But we all need to understand kind of when we should really say yes, when we should say no. And if we don't feel
Mhm.
comfortable to do something, then it's perfectly fine to say no. It's
Yeah,
perfectly fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Our well-being is so important. And
yeah.
really, if we put that first, then it
Mm.
becomes easier to say no.
Yeah. I mean, of course, we could also add to this list 5 important things. We could add good nutrition, exercise, and all those
Of
things. But
course.
yeah, but I think this is, these are quite good five tips
Yeah.
for a well-being. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I hope
Good.
this has helped someone today. And we look forward to any comments you want to leave to tell us how you've been improving your well-being.
And the next week we are going to talk about healthy morning routine. That's
Yeah.
very
And
important.
that's a
Yeah.
great transition from what we're talking about today, because
Mm.
a good morning routine will improve your well-being as well.
See you next week.
See you then.